If you're thinking about selling your home, one thing to consider is whether or not you should stage it. So in this video, we'll take a closer look to see if there really are benefits to staging your home when you're ready to sell. Hi, my name is Casey, and on this channel, I share information about the local housing market here in Corona, and especially in the communities of Trilogy at Glen Ivy and the community of Terramor. So if this is something you think would be helpful, I'd love if you hit the like and the subscribe buttons below. Okay, so let's get started. As I've mentioned in some of my previous videos, you only get one chance to make a great first impression when you're selling your home. And with over 90% of buyers beginning their home search online, it's more important than ever that your home looks its very best when it goes on the market. So the question is, does staging your home really make a difference? Well, in my opinion, it does, and let me explain to you why. The idea behind staging your home is to neutralize the home's decor so that it appeals to as many buyers as possible. And if done right, staging makes it much easier for a buyer to see themselves actually living in your home. And when we're out showing homes, we see this firsthand. Some buyers are really good at visualizing the potential of a room or a home, and others simply can't see it. It's funny, for people that struggle with this, they can't get past the colors on the wall, even if we tell them it's easy to fix by repainting. And others can't picture where they'd put their furniture, even if we point out the options within a room. So the reality is, everyone's just different. And if you've been out looking at homes recently, you already know that some homes look really good, while others need work. Some have really bright colors on the wall, and some are just cluttered, and some are vacant and completely empty. But this is where staging can help. When a buyer sees a home that's been staged, they don't have to visualize what it could look like. They can actually see it. And the best example of this is when you visit a new construction community and you walk into model homes for the first time. As soon as you open the door and you walk in, you immediately get that feeling of wow. And that feeling comes from the staging. The truth is, you have about 15 seconds to catch a buyer's attention when they're looking at homes online. And if it doesn't grab their attention right away, they simply scroll to the next home. So the best way to grab a buyer's attention is to have great photos of your home for buyers to see. This really does stop people from scrolling to the next home. So professional photos are an absolute must in today's market. But what else can you do to make your home stand out? Well, one thing you can do is stage your home just like the builders do. So let me show you a few examples of how staging can make your home really stand out from other homes on the market. And these aren't professional model homes. These are just regular homes just like yours. Now in this first example, we have a really nice living room, dining room combination. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with this room at all. It has neutral colors, nice flooring, and plantation shutters. But let's see how different the room will look once it's staged. And for me, this is now an amazing space. It's not overdone, and it shows you exactly where you could place your furniture, your end tables, your lamps, and your dining table. And with the addition of a few simple accent pieces and plants, this space really comes together. This is a perfect example of how dramatically different a staged room can look. Now here's another example. Just a very simple living room. Nothing special, but not bad. It feels a little small to me, but it's clean and it's ready to move in. But for someone who struggles with visualizing, they might have trouble trying to figure out where they'd put their furniture in this space. But now let's see it staged. Now this is another great example of using the right size furniture for a room. If you look closely, there really isn't a lot here. Just two couches, some tables and lamps, and some accent pieces. But this room has a completely different feel now. Let me show you just one more. And we see rooms like this all the time. It feels a little dated, and the color of the carpet isn't very popular anymore. And the room feels a little dark. But let's see what a little paint, new carpet, and some staging did for this room. Now when a buyer walks in, their first thought isn't about the work they'll have to do. Their reaction is, wow, this is an absolutely beautiful home. And I can assure you the money they spent for the new carpet, paint, and staging was well worth it. As you can imagine, I'm a big fan of staging, but I have to be honest, the majority of sellers don't stage their homes when they're ready to sell, and that's okay. But in my opinion, staging really is one of the best ways you can make your home stand out from the competition. And a lot of people will ask, if this was your home, what would you do? And since we just recently sold our home and moved, I can show you exactly what we did. As I mentioned before, my wife and I lived in our previous home for almost 27 years. We raised our two kids there, we had several dogs, and our furniture had seen better days. And like many people, our home was starting to look a little dated. So we had a decision to make. Do we just put it on the market and sell it as is? Or should we put in a little work and try to make it look its very best? Well, we decided we wanted it to look its best, so we got to work. Now our plan was simple. We were going to replace the flooring, repaint the walls a neutral color, and then move out our worn out furniture and have the home staged. So as you can see in these pictures, we pulled out all the old carpeting and removed the tile floors. We then had new luxury vinyl flooring installed in the main areas, and we replaced the carpet in the rest of the home. And then it was time to have the home staged. And we were absolutely blown away at the transformation. When we took the photos to put the home on the market, it was hands down the best our home had ever looked. And the work we put in did finally pay off. Within the first 7 days, we received multiple offers for our home, and we eventually sold it for more than we ever expected. And I have no doubt that the painting, the flooring, and the staging played a huge part in attracting the right buyer for our home. So if you're thinking about selling your home, staging is definitely something to consider. Now, is it always necessary? Absolutely not. But I do believe it makes your home stand out from other homes on the market. And I can honestly say that every home that we've ever had staged did very well once it was put on the market and up for sale. And we've been very fortunate to work with a great staging company. The work they do is just amazing. So if you have any questions about selling your home or would like more information about the staging process, just reach out and let me know. I'll put my contact information in the description below.